Hi, I'm Sandy and welcome to Sandy's Numerology. Today I'm going to look at Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is born on the 20th of February 1984. What is interesting about Trevor is that he's got a hidden 22. His name is a 55, which adds to a 10, which adds to a 1. And he also has a 44-8 life path. So he's sitting here with 3 power numbers, and it kind of explains why his career has taken off and it's got so big so quick. And what is also interesting is that with those 3 power numbers, he's also 33 years of age. So when you've got 4s, you are the kind of person who doesn't do surprises. You map and you plan. Everything about him is with his 8. He's got an 8 in Trevor and an 8 life path. It's all about communication. It's all about drama and dramatics. He's got, in his Noah, he's got a 2, but he's born on the 20th of the 2nd. So it says that he works hand in hand. He is easy to work with other people and share information. But let's get back to these power numbers. A 22-4 is somebody who is an author. And because it's so big, because a 4 is, say, for example, 1 brick, where a 22-4 is the factory that actually makes the bricks. So that is who he is as a person. So people like him will produce and direct, and it's presidential, and it's head of, and it heads up, and it oversees, and it can sit there and it can call it as it is. He's very honest, he's very straightforward, he's very factual, and he does his homework. He's not going to say something that he hasn't researched or that his researchers have researched for him. Interesting, on his 44-8 life path, it's the same life path as Nelson Mandela, which is all about communication. And we all know that he's a good communicator, but he throws in a little bit of the drama and the dramatics without having the necessary of the activity or the action physically. He's got it vocally. One thing he has to always watch, because having an 8 life path says that he doesn't take care of his health the way he should. He goes to doctors when it's too late. So Trevor, I'm warning you, your health, because it's coming up at your age of 35 and 36. Now this 55-10-1 name, whenever you've got a name that adds to a 1, it brings in great fortune. And we can only surmise how much money he's potentially making on the Daily Show. However, this 55-1 is probably the worst number for America. Whenever there's a failure in America, which could be, is it a stock market? Is it the weather? Could it be something like September the 11th? Could it be earthquake? But it's going to have a lot to deal with how you invest in America, and just because America is America doesn't mean to say that your investments there are safe. And we know now with Trump that everything's quite volatile. So I would say to Trevor, make sure your money is not stuck in America. The other thing about Trevor that he needs to take very good care of is, because he's got these 4s and where they sit in a particular position, he has a tendency to put his paperwork to the side and maybe get other people to handle his books and his accounts, and he is wrong, because he's going to have problems. And right now, as I speak, this past year, the 2017, there definitely is financial mismanagement around him. So I hope that with a 4, they tend to lock everything down and be hands-on, but his numbers sit a little bit to the side, so he's getting somebody else to handle that. And I would say that he can give them paperwork power, but he can't give them banking and monetary power. So let's go to his year that he's currently in 2017. He's in a year in his private life. There is disclosure and discovery there. I don't know that it's been the happiest year relationship-wise, and it's still not 100% right now. And I think that he needs to pay attention to what is going on in his personal life. And this can be relationship with anybody that's sitting in his personal life. And hopefully nobody is disclosing information that is actually private. But his age being a 33, and there's this other wonderful power number. And for anybody out there, the age 33 is when the penny falls into the slot, where you start to click onto your ideas, where you've had these plans that have been brewing and you've tried to implement the past 2 years and it hasn't quite worked. But when you get to the age of 33, the penny goes in the slot, and it's really, really good. So he's been in a year of recognition and acknowledgement, and I did a little research on him, and he already has received 7 awards. But there's more to come, because as he goes to the age of 34, career-wise, his career is about to shift and take a complete new direction. So it'll be very interesting, because I know that he's recommitted to the Daily Show, and I think till 2022, if I'm correct, or 2021. But I think that there's other things that he's got on his plate. There's going to be an excessive amount of travel to deal with business, and I think the awards are going to be even more forthcoming. And I wonder if he's not actually been asked if he wants to present one of the famous awards. Maybe it's an American Music Award, or is it the Comedy Awards, or is it the Oscars, anything from a global perspective. On the home front, once he gets out of this year where he's got some deceit and discovery and disclosure and a little bit of fraud around him, and not watching his monetary things and his taxes, that would be very important. Taxes, whether it's South Africa or whether it's the USA, he's got to watch that. He is going into a year where, even on a personal note, his private life is going to be a lot more public. And if this relationship with his new lady is cementing itself, there could be a child here. So there could be a child that it could be his, but it could also be where he becomes a godparent, or there's somebody else in his family that is going to be having a child. But I think that he is going to be returning to South Africa. I think he's going to be doing a lot more shows here. I think that he's also going to be reconnecting with family members that he hasn't seen for a while, so from a visiting them, or they are visiting him, but they're going to land up in the spotlight with him. Then he's got to watch his 35 and 36. There's a very big move on the home front for him, which can be moved to a new home, but it could be transport related, so it could be a vehicle. But again, there's a lot of travel for him at the age of 35. But I feel that in him personally, there's going to be a renewed shift. But he has to watch his health. 35 and 36 are the 2 years where he needs to watch around his colon area and his chest area. But there again, because he's a communicator, those 2 years there's an enormous amount of pressure, and I think he works incredibly well under pressure. As long as he has a challenge, that's who and what he is about, and those 2 years will be a challenge. Just don't let your health be a challenge. And then I push him to the age of 37. Fantastic financial year. So it's 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, takes him to 2021 February, where he is in the year of great fortune. But I think that this is where he would wake up something else about his career, and it's going to be about ownership. It's going to be about me, myself, and I. And I think that there's going to be some incredible things that are going to happening for him. 2022 is a renewed contract, a renegotiated contract, or actually he is severing ties with the contract. But as he is doing that, there's going to be renewed contracts for him. So this could be little one-offs for shows, but it could also be a show that is his own, registered his own, and it's going to go worldwide. So Trevor Noah, wishing you all the best for 2018. Look forward to seeing all this fame. Thank you for watching Sandy's Numerology.